do more. I have a little exercise I do whenever my self-esteem's kind of low. I say my name and then I list 3 positive things about myself. I'm Blanche Devereaux, I'm beautiful, men find me desirable, and people want to be my friend. Go on now, you try.
Oh, Blanche.
Oh, please.
I'm Dorothy.
This Rose Bob Hope thing reminds me of a similar situation back in my village. Florence Pontevecchio used to fantasize that Alberto Bolognese was her brother.
Who was Alberto Bolognese?
He was the bootmaker in the village.
So what's so special about that?
Did I say it was special? I said it was similar.
Too competitive. You just take all the fun out of it.
Oh, not anymore, Dorothy. Really, believe me, all I care about is that these kids have a really good time.
Well, all right. I mean, if you really mean it, you can count me in.
Oh, great. Oh, with your help, Dorothy, we'll kick their butts. We'll chew them up and spit them.
Phil had great taste. That's one of the things I loved about him the most from the beginning. His sense of style. You know, we were married for 26 years. And my family still talks about that wedding dress. God, I wish I could wear a plunging neckline like that.
What do you think, Ma? Is she beautiful?
Oh, wow, he's really getting along great with his future mother-in-law.
Rose, that's Lorraine, you idiot.
Lorraine, I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, that's all right. A lot of people are confused by the age difference.
Thing.
No way, I'm really mad.
All right, it's late and I'm tired, so listen up.
Oh, Ma, you're going to tell us a story.
No, I'm going to do shadow puppets. See? An elephant eating a peanut. Happy? Of course I'm going to tell a story. Picture it. Morocco, the 30s.
I suppose I have to tell her.
Oh, yes, you do. You cannot let the police tell her. Oh, the night George died, my telephone rang and a highway patrolman said, "Pardon me, ma'am, do you have a yellow convertible and a husband named George?" I said, "Yes, of course. Good grief, what's happened?" And he said, "Hold on, ma'am. Put me on hold with that music while you wait."
Honey, you just follow the doctor's orders and everything will be fine.
Dorothy, I cannot possibly go without physical activity for an entire week. I have serious needs. After all, I'm at my sexual peak.
Blanche.
Well, I am, Dorothy. When a woman's at her sexual peak.
Blanche, boy, this is my child.
Mom, I'm not a child anymore. I wish you wouldn't treat me like one.
Oh, don't.
I'm sorry, Alvin. Don't cry. That's okay. You cry all you want.
Daisy, if anybody never has another date, it'll probably be you. Thank you, Dorothy. I feel so much better.
Hi, girls. Guess what I'll be doing for 3 hours every Tuesday and Thursday night?
Cutting up your black pantyhose and putting on an Amos and Andy puppet show?
You have to find all the other things you are, all the other ways you please people. There's a lot more to you than you know.
You know, sometimes I look in the mirror and I see my mother's face looking back at me. Not all the time, just every now and then when the light's too bright or it's too early in the morning or late at night or I look...
Now it's settled. I'll have a nurse here tomorrow.
Wouldn't it be cheaper to just set me adrift on some ice floe?
If it were, do you think you'd still be here?
Oh, hi, we're back.
Oh, hi, honey. And what did you do today?
Grandma took me down to the docks to watch the sail.
One day soon, Mrs. Blanche Devereaux were to become Mrs. Blanche Devereaux.
I'll alert the mailman.
Blanche, you did the right thing.
Thank you. You girls were right. And hey, listen, if my daughter wants to get herself artificially inseminated, I guess that's not so bad.
No one's leaving this kitchen until someone tells the truth.
I'll tell
Miles.
you. Dorothy stole $500 from me.
You liar! Just stop it, both of you. We're all friends here. And there are going to be times when we...
Domineering tyrant who totally emasculated him?
No more calls. We have a winner.
I can't believe this. An hour ago, my life.
Maybe he's just a hypochondriac.
Really?
Well, let's take a look. So, you've been keeping these ladies busy, have you?
Oh, I didn't mind. I have such a highly developed maternal instinct.
Ladies and gentlemen, a nice round of applause for our 4 remaining couples as we enter lucky hour number 13. And a special round of applause for that spunky Nick Montevesi.
Rose, she is the surprise.
Oh. Now, they haven't seen each other since Angela moved back to Sicily 30 years ago.
Oh, that's a wonderful surprise.
Now, look, I'm going to need your help. I want you to help set up the party and keep Ma out of that.
I'm dying for your opinion on my movie. Come on, it's all set up in the living room. I didn't get the soundtrack in yet, but I did get the editing done. Now, remember, this would be better with a bigger TV.
Yeah, we know.
And it'd be better with music.
We understand.
And, of course, it'd be better...
It would be better with Shelley Hackrose. Just turn it on.
Here goes.
Hey, you got any decent nectarines?
There's nothing wrong with those nectarines.
Please, I got a bowl of wax bananas that'll be right before these,
You're crazy. This nectarine...
Oh, Sophia, thank you, honey. How perfectly lovely.
Well, I was boiling water anyway to shrink the cyst on my backside. I figured, what the hell, I'll throw in a tea bag and make myself a...
Other things, too. We console each other, we help each other, we advise each other. And then we talk about sex again.
I am so glad that my date with Barry is tomorrow. The fat won't have time to show.
It won't?
No, it always takes a few days before it shows.
I still have the flowers. Stan, you see, in order to achieve closure, you need to hear Sophia. That is to say, your own mother tell you she loves you. Now, there's not much we can do here without Sophia being here. Dorothy, what are the chances you can get her to come to our next session?
Gee, I don't know what to say. I mean, no one's...
Hoping to catch me in the act.
What act?
Second act of My Fair Lady.
Finally, I had to tell Jean-Pierre I could not take it anymore, and we broke up. I was completely crushed.
I guess you really liked him.
No, I really liked the American boy. He
Isn't as nice as they seem.
Of course we will.
Will you believe me when I tell you about how our pig Lester always predicted the Best Supporting Actor Oscar winner every year since 19...
Don't push it, Rose.
Okay, I forgive you.
Oh, there he is. I've been looking all over for that dog. Harry Weston just pulled...
Peter, what a day.
Pussycat, I'm going out with my friends. Can you give me some money?
What happened to the money I gave you last night?
Let's see. $10 went for cover charge, $10 went for a round of drinks, and the other 10 went into the G-string of a very cute male dancer named Mr. Big.
Maybe just this once. We'd like...
We thought we'd like to go out for French food. How does that sound to you?
They eat snails. Why pay good money for something you can scrape off your shoes?
Well, of course, if you'd rather not come, we understand.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll find something on the menu. I just enjoy being out with you guys. Come on.
Thanks, Dorothy. That was fun.
Girls, I do not know what I'm going to do. I called Mel all last night and all of today. I haven't gotten through to him yet.
Oh, the nerve. If you wind up having to read a book because of that man.
Where can he be? He never leaves the house, not even...
I'm not, Rose. I just want to do things right. You know, a nice honeymoon is expensive.
You know where I want to go?
Where?
Paris.
Rose, you know what round-trip bus tickets to Paris, Texas cost?
I mean, Paris, France.
France?
You new to this area, Dr. Clayton?
Yes, I recently moved here.
Oh, Miami's a beautiful city. I'm sure you'll enjoy living here.
Yes, and I'm sure your wife, Mrs. Clayton, will enjoy it too.
Mrs. Clayton and I are no longer together.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So,
What's inside a pit or a pearl? This is a 25-cent nectarine.
Fine, sold.
Blair, don't stand there like a bump on a pickle. Give the man a quarter.
I have never seen Kate so upset, and I am a wreck myself. I feel like this whole thing has happened to me. Like I'm the one who had my guts wrenched out and my heart stomped on.
See you, buddy.
You're looking awfully pale. Are you all right?
I was just thinking, how important is it to fulfill your life's... Jimmy. Jimmy, I just want to make sure that you're okay. Do I have to play hardball? David Dellinger. Hello, I'm Dorothy. I'm Sophia's daughter.
Augustine Bagatelli.
Oh. Well, I'm sure you two have a great deal to catch up on. Nice to have met you. Oh, Ma, I'll be right here in the kitchen in case he gets fresh. Sorry.
Stopper. I hold up 2 lit sparklers with my hands, and I play Hey, Look Me Over with my feet.
While smoking a cigarette?
No.
Oh, darn, you were this close. Goodbye.
Oh, Dorothy, we're in trouble. We've auditioned a dozen musicians. The banquet is less than...
Right. It's not easy living with yourself when you haven't stood up for what you believe in. I know. I backed down myself today.
I guess I have to go and talk to him.
You feel better?
I'll go. Thank you, Blanche, all of you.
Oh, Blanche, you did a pretty good job focusing this for Rose and for me. Well, it's not easy, you know. I have my job and I have responsibilities. I've never been invited.
Well, I'm inviting you. I have a huge house with servants and an ocean view. And Bert Convy shops in my grocery store.
Bert Convy.
Isn't that right, girl?
I have no idea who this woman is. I bought these for my brother.
Rose?
I was never so embarrassed in my entire...
It was a safe that fell on her head. Anyway, Henny Penny, being a chicken, not the brightest bird in the world, immediately jumped to the wrong conclusion.
Oh, dear. A piece of blue sky just fell on my head. The werewolf. Anyway, when Charlie told them that we were going to get married, they forbade it. They said they'd disown him if he married a Kurt
Kleckner by him.
Right. And he'd lose his share of the family tile grout fortune. He didn't care. He told them...
Thanks, Ma.
You're bluffing.
The West Wing.
Right behind you.
Shady Pines, Rose.
This really shouldn't work on me.
All right, I have had it. Thanks to all this constant bickering, I have a splitting headache.
Oh, girls, let's face facts. The three of us just can't agree on anything. I mean, it is obvious we were not meant to live together.
I hate to agree with you, but I think you're right.
I think so, too. In fact, I know so. This...
Look, I hate to be an alarmist, but what if the baby or the mother needs more than Muzak and throw pillows?
You're a meat eater, aren't you? Ooh, sounds like there's a mommy in the making.
So sounds like there's a mommy on fire.
I'll be right back.
Day-old Danish.
12-hour days in a steamy hash joint serving chili to a bunch of grubby truckers?
Oh, come on, Blanche. I mean, she's working at the Fountain Rock. It's not Mel's Diner. I mean, the worst that can happen is she'll get scratched by a pinky ring.
Fatal mistake.
I just wanted to hear someone say I love you to me one more time.
Oh, Ma. Would it make you feel better if I told you I love you?
Yeah, all of a sudden I feel like singing. Take me to a piano bar. I'm going to sleep. If Tony called, I would sit and feel sorry for myself, which is what I did all the time.
But you got better.
Yeah, because she stopped coddling me. She screamed, she hollered day and night. She made me do my therapy. She forced me to rebuild my life because she knew I could. And for that, I'll always be grateful.
Oh, thanks, Ma.
I only have one question.
If you change your mind,
If you change yours. There's no reason why my mother shouldn't have the cookies.
Toshiro, can I make a confession? You bring out the beast in me. I know, you look at me, you think, there's a chick who gets around. But that's not true. Until I met you, I didn't even know I still had those feelings. You made me realize there's a lot of wisdom in what the Sicilian...
If you're gonna make fun of somebody, make fun of Rose. I need the professional care of the most talented hairdresser in Miami, Robert. Oh, he's brilliant. Do you know he was the first one ever to use mousse?
I'd check my facts if I were you, Blanche. Mr. Ingrid...
way around. If for no other reason than to see Chevy Chase get his butt kicked.
You can't fight. You can't take a chance like that.
Look, I have to, Charlie. I need the money for school.
But what about your hands? What if something happens to your hands?
They'll be fine. And after tomorrow, I'll never fight again.
Or never play the violin again.
Battery's hour.
Oh, you make me sick.
Oh, I am home, dear friends. What a glorious night.
Dorothy Spornak, I just hate you. There you go again, rubbing it in how I'm having a sex drought.
I'm dancing as fast as I can, Dorothy. Hey, I did a dumb thing and I feel terrible. What else do you want me to say?
At least it was a start. You can also tell me again how everything is going to work out just fine.
Everything is going to work out just fine. All the kid has to do is step into that ring tomorrow, and we'll make our money back.
Oh, Dorothy.
Shut up. Get a life. Stop calling Rose. She doesn't want to talk to you, so leave her alone. Thank you.
Is that what you wanted to say to me, Rose?
Well, I'm sorry, but I suppose so.
Excuse me, can I get your attention, please? I'd like to clear the air.
well, she didn't say it exactly in those words.
Of course not. Those words have more than one syllable.
Anyway, she found some guy with a few less miles on his surfboard, and that was that.
Well, I must say you're taking it fairly well.
It's a front.
My Reagan impression.
This is Mama. Hi. Nothing's wrong. Do I have to have a reason to call you? Just thought I'd call and see how you're doing. Really? Well, that's great. You know, Janet, I was thinking maybe I could just sneak away for a few days and... Because you look just a tad like my children. Or maybe it's because I still look like I'm 27. My, how those years did fly by. Seems like before I knew it, the children were cleaning out the attic to start their own places. And while I tried to be happy for them, I have to say I was sadder than I ever remember.
We are gathered here today to join this man and this woman in matrimony.
I just love weddings. Oh, me too, me too.
You think you'll ever get married again?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
Me neither. How about you, Blanche?
Oh, absolutely. If the right man ever came along, of course he'd have to have the...
I'm willing to try.
Oh, good. Now we can get some sleep.
Oh, I can't fall asleep now.
Still at the rodeo, Blanche?
I can't sleep either. Why don't I make us all some warm milk? After I drink milk, I go right to sleep.
I can think of something else after which...
Wake up, wake up. Oh, I just had the weirdest dream about Jonathan.
Oh, was it a bad dream?
No, it helped me make up my mind about our relationship. I'm gonna keep seeing him. If we actually...
Oh, Stanley, this is the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me.
Rose, honey, come on, let's go down to Wally's and see if we can meet some men. Come on.
Okay.
Hey, if you're taking Biscayne Boulevard, would you keep an eye out for my hair?
Well, not yet. He's only half done.
Excuse me, but I couldn't help but notice you from across the room. My friends and I would like to buy you ladies a drink.
Oh, well, no, thank you very much, but we really don't have much time.
Oh, this is Carl, and this is John.
We're all from Kenosha.
Yeah.
I know
Town.
Do you think we'll have time after dinner?
Well, Zippertown is always open. I'm sorry, that was mine. Just now, I swear. Good night, Rose.
You don't have dates on Valentine's Day. Ma, you want to join us?
I can't. I have a date.
You do?
She's making that up to annoy us.
No, I'm not. I have a date.
What's his name?
I can't tell you.
Have I met him?
No, he's from out of...
There was Pee-wee. Someone had stuffed him in my suitcase between the veal shank and my beaver coat. Well, the mob had gotten Pee-wee after all.
Oh, my God, you must have been heartbroken.
I was absolutely devastated. I mean, first I had to burn the suitcase and then the beaver coat.
Pepperoni to bring to her family's table. She gets hysterical. She starts to run. She runs through the field, the meadow, over the hill until she comes to a raging river filled with pepperoni swimming upstream.
Ma, pepperoni swimming upstream.
Yeah, I know it's odd. Pepperoni is a land meat.
But of course you can, sweetheart. You're just a little nervous.
They always get this way before the talent portion. My Clarice still gets butterflies before she twirls her fire batons.
Fire scares me.
But I just remind her that Mommy is right off stage with a big bucket of baking soda.
My relationship with Miles is really getting boring. We even make love the same.
How?
Well, first he says, let's go watch TV in the bedroom. And then I think, wait, he doesn't have a TV in the bedroom. And then he says, come lie down. Let me get us some refreshments before we start.
Please make yourself comfortable. Sorry it's so hot. And here we are in the middle of a heat wave with no air conditioning.
Not necessarily. If Rose wins the award, you'll be flown all expenses paid to St. Olaf to attend the ceremony.
Oh, well, this year I was planning to watch it on TV. You still want to dance? How can you do that?
Still early.
Remember that restaurant in Sicily we used to go to on Sundays? I'd save up all week for one plate of pasta that we'd share.
With checkered tablecloths, the candle of the Chianti bottle, bad paintings of the Colosseum.
Where are you going, Kirsten?
I'm gonna go talk to the doctor about you. I think my mother needs to be with her family now. All of her family.
You can only stay a few...
She has to see what a real date is like.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Petrillo. She's just not my type.
I see. How about Mr. Hamilton? Is he your type?
What time should I pick her up?
7:30 and buy her something pretty.
Okay, but if you want me to kiss her goodnight, it's gonna cost you extra.
You're still mad at me, aren't you?
Yes, I'm mad at you. Every time you come into my life, something bad happens.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
You know, I wish we can go back to the beginning, try again, go back to that first apartment. We didn't have much, but we were happy to have our own place.
Those were good times.
You know, Dorothy, the two of us could get into that bottom bunk and have some fun again. What do you say? For old time's sake?
I don't know. Oh, okay, but let's do it right. What say you run down and buy some good wine and...
Hi, Rose.
No, I'm Dorothy.
Hi, Rose.
I'm Blanche. You must be Isaac Newton.
Yes, I am.
I bet you take a lot of kidding about that.
About what?
Rose should be ready any moment.
Directions on it?
Oh, honey, we've made these Sundays hundreds of times. We don't need directions.
No, I mean directions for the wedding. I promised to get the cake there by 8 o'clock.
Do you believe her? She doesn't stop for a minute.
I don't agree with it, but I do understand the thinking behind it. My granddaddy was the same way. He always said, idle hands are the devil's workshop.
Use a little.
Well, I'd be happy to.
Well, that is great. We'll start tomorrow.
Oh, no, I'm doing a TV show tomorrow morning.
TV show? Well, I'm impressed.
Well, no, it's just a little old local show, but they're anxious to get my views on women's issues.
Felt loved as a child. Now they're gonna put a steel ball through her house, through my room. Oh, don't you see? It's just like they're killing a part of me.
Oh, poor Blanche. You know, I actually do feel sorry for her.
Oh, yeah, my heart goes out to her, too.
Where we can spend some quality time together.
You got that idea from her fable?
No, I got it from this brochure somebody left on the table. But I'll tell you, I never would have read it if her fable hadn't bored me to tears. Thank you, Rose.
You're welcome.
Ma, I have a surprise for you.
Yes, so he offered to give me an A if I would...
Do number 5?
Actually, number 5, 6, and 7B.
Why, that's terrible. What, were there any witnesses?
No.
Oh.
And the girls...
We heard what you were telling them, Blanche, and I am truly sorry you feel that way.
Will you tell me why you want to put yourself and Doug through this? You know how people can be.
And if my own sister can't accept our relationship, what chance would I have with anyone else, right?
Right. No. No, what I mean...
We get what you mean. Blanche, we don't have to worry about what the world...
Well, if that had been a date, he would have warned you first.
I thought you were going out with Stan tonight.
I am. See you later. Oh, Blanche, favor.
Oh, Dorothy, come on. This has been going on for months now. I have a date with Stan. Can I borrow your bike?
He can't pick me up.
How about I make us a little drink before we leave?
Well, maybe one.
Okay. Huh. I wonder how this thing works. Oh, just like the Jetsons. Now let's just sit up.
I know what you're going through. The bottom line is, if you take a chance in life, sometimes good things happen, sometimes bad things happen. But honey, if you don't take a chance, nothing happens.
I'm going to take a chance.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, I have to look in my closet. I don't even know what to wear.
More arms to tie. What'd she just say, Dorothy? Was that a poem?
Rose, make her lie down.
Well, I do try. I try, but I just pop right up again like one of those clowns you hit. I'll never rest. I'll never rest again. Have a good time, Dorothy. Buy me a present.
You catch 'em, you clean 'em. Blanche, aren't you embarrassed going through all this subterfuge just to get a man?
A man? I'm planning on getting a 6-month supply.
Oh, hi, Blanche.
So many books.
That's why they call it a library. It's from the Latin librarius, which means so many books. I'm sure you'll find something you want.
I do believe you're right.
Has to hide it. Sophia, she's gonna be okay. I know it.
She will be, Sophia. Now, she's tough.
You know, there are all sorts of things that people get that they can't diagnose, and then they disappear just as mysteriously as they came. Gustav Lundqvist got sick from something mysterious, and he nearly found out that Bergstrom wanted to be cremated.
Oh, shut up, Rose.
I think the worst thing in the world is if your child dies before you do.
Sophia Dorothy is not going to die.
I know that.
She'll be fine.
I know.
What do you...
Elliot, did you make a pass at Blanche or not?
Absolutely not.
He's lying. Look at him. He's twitching. And blinking. He's lying and twitching and blinking.
He is blinking, Dorothy.
Maybe I had better wait for you in the car.
Did you see it?
Well, Dorothy, to be fair, one of them was Stan.
Do I sense a tinge of envy there, Miss Going, Gone for $25.50?
You can't put a price tag on beauty, Dorothy.
I'm sure you can.
And a box of Milano cookies to take home to your wife. A fact, use it as you wish.
Anyway, it was love at first sight. And nobody in town could believe that this man, who had lived for 52 years with his mother, would fall head over heels in love with the town squeak.
Who did Ma always leave in charge?
Me?
Right. And do you know why?
Yeah, because Phil played with matches.
No. Because Ma trusted you with responsibility. In her eyes, I could never be as good as you. Ma looked at you and saw a wonderful future.
Nice doing business with you.
Hello, everybody.
Hello there. Who was that?
Gasman.
Oh, it's so good to see you both home. We took good care of your plate, Blanche.
Oh, thanks. You know, I became a new person on this trip. I realized that we...
Tickets to Tony Bennett?
I'll tell you what, sweetheart. Take Milton. Have a swell time. Only this time, don't throw your underwear on the stage.
Then why go?
Oh, why couldn't they put Tony Bennett and Tony Martin on the same bill? Ah, who am I kidding? There'll never be another Woodstock.
After they get the approval number on your MasterCard.
Good night.
Oh, shut up.
You're not a mechanical person, Dorothy. You never were. For the first 3 months of your life, you tried to breastfeed off my cameo.
Rose, come on. Do you really think we could do it?
Well, it might take a little time, but we'd sure save a lot of money.
Then let's get
the bags.
Where do you put your tips?
Who cares? What is going on here?
Obviously, there's some confusion. Sunny Meadows is a clothing optional resort.
You mean the nudist camp? Oh, well, we didn't know that.
Well, who made the reservation?
Waving that gun around, although it is a very nice one. What is this, a colt?
Oh, I knew all along it was a bad idea to let Miles stay here. Oh, I'm too young to be struck down by a madman's bullet. I gotta find some way out of this. I'll get it.
And no one makes a sound. We all...
My fingers to the bone 12 hours a week at the museum. Picasso on your left, snack bar downstairs. It's a wonder I'm not an alcoholic.
What I meant was, how about working for me? I'm swamped with this project for Enrique Mas, and there is money for an assistant.
Tell me more.
Well, we're compiling statistics on
The mole on his cheek sells insurance in New York City?
Yes.
You didn't miss much.
The point is, I didn't do any of the things on my list. I mean, all my dreams went unfulfilled. You know, the other day I was talking to Helen Colquist. She said she unbelievable, but please go along with it, okay? I mean, do it for me.
If it means that much to you, pussycat, you got it.
Oh, thanks. Now remember, not a word.
So what's all this crap about you putting a curse on my daughter?
I've only got tonight.
Okay, but But I don't want you to stand out in that outfit. I'll go change into something plaid. Hi, girls. I just got a special delivery letter from St. Olaf. Uh-oh. It's from the Department of Water and Coffee.
Coffee?
No, thanks. It makes me jumpy.
Rose, I'll be waiting.
Coast clear?
Yeah. Buzz, I've been thinking, why don't we spend some time getting to know each other before we go rushing off to Europe?
I know.
Our vacation.
We thought you were going to tell her, Dorothy.
Well, I was waiting for the right moment, you know, like right after we landed in New York.
New York? I want to go to an island.
New York is an island.
No, I mean someplace where swarthy men who don't speak English rub oil all over your body.
Great, then we can go for a ride on the subway.
Hey, go to Neiman Marcus sometime, see if they treat you any better.
How we doing?
Honey, I don't think we've sold a thing.
I don't get it.
I'll give you $1 for these Elvis Presley salt and pepper shakers.
$1? I will have you know the day I bought these salt and pepper shakers at the Graceland gift shop.
I should just come see the place. You know, they have one of the biggest and best birthing centers right here in Miami.
Those theme park people are always thinking, aren't they?
Oh, come on. Now, Blanche, before you close your mind, the least you can do is just take a look at the place.
I'll go with you if you need support. Just give me...
Ma? Dorothy, how long have you been here?
A while.
He's not coming back, is he?
Just because a hospital vending machine screws up a lousy cup of coffee doesn't mean that the hospital did anything wrong. Oh, sure, a mistake like getting two babies mixed up makes the headlines. But the point is, statistics back me up. Hospitals are remarkably efficient institutions. I mean, seriously.
Did all that stuff come out of your purse? No, I was also cleaning out my ears. That's where the phenomen and the rain bonnet came from.
Sophia, why are you in such a bad mood?
Forgive me, Rose, but I haven't had sex in 15 years and it's starting to get on my nerves.
Supplemental health care for seniors. Some companies are preying on fear and then using loopholes to avoid paying claims. For someone on fixed income, it's a matter of life and death.
By tell me more, I mean, does it pay $300?
Well, I suppose that'd be okay, but I can't believe with some...
I seen you.
Not so fast. There are some things I have to say. There are a lot of things that I have to say. Words can't express what I have to say. What I went through, what you put me through. I can't do this in a restaurant.
Good.
But I will.
Him again. Oh, come on. Let's start supper. Come on.
I'll be with you in a minute. Glenn?
But the day of my wedding, as I stood at the altar, the boy I was to marry was on a cattle boat headed for America. That night, on a tear-stained pillow, I put a curse on him.
A curse?
Nothing fancy, I remember I said. Giuseppe Mangiacavallo, from this day forward, may you and all your future generations...
Full of grief about Charlie, I forgot to be depressed about the empty nest.
I never had that empty nest depression. I couldn't wait for my kids to get out on their own. I got depressed watching them grow older, because it meant I was getting older. They were like noisy little calendars.
Are you ever going to talk to me again?
Dorothy, what you did was a mean, dirty, underhanded trick.
I had no choice. It was like The Exorcist. I was battling Stan for your soul.
Well,
Well, I'm off.
Hey, Dorothy.
Stanley, you're not going to die.
Yes, I am. I'm going to die. That's why there are some things I have to say to you tonight. I love you, Dorothy. I know that sounds crazy coming from a guy who walked out on you after 38 years, but it's true.
Look, I've already forgiven you for that, Stan. Besides,
I think the thing that really turned her around was when I told her that when it comes to men, I'm just a lot of talk. Embellishment's one of the oldest traditions in the South. Tall tales and tall drinks. I don't really sleep around near as much as I say I do.
Is that true, Blanche?
Maybe it is. You kept a diary about raising 2 pigs.
You know another way to get a 4-H pig diary badge?
Even surgical stockings only have so much elastic.
Hello? Somebody to bowl with? You want somebody to bowl with? I need somebody to bowl with. Please. Just say yes and nobody will get hurt.
oh, all right.
Unless we don't win.
Number 3, they act cranky.
Ah, the hell with you. Get your own cook.
Number 4, they usually laugh out of context.
What are you laughing at?
I'm sorry, I thought you said, my dog has no nose. Well, how does he smell?
Rose, I'll get you another one.
Girls, I've got some bad news. I couldn't get Mrs. Claxton to sign the petition.
Oh, no, and that tree's on her property.
If she doesn't support the petition, the city will chop that tree down for sure.
I know it doesn't make any sense. Why would she want to cut down that gorgeous to a...
Beautiful.
And it's for you, Dorothy, and it's for keeps. I am through with the single life, the ski bunnies, the bar scene.
The puka shells. Oh, Stanley, please say the puka shells.
Boy, you're not leaving me a whole lot of personality room, are you? All right, the puka shells.
Is Bornak, I am shocked, and I want details.
I tell you, the night was just magical. We laughed, we danced, we drank, we cried, we did it all, even... No, I can't tell you, I'm too shy.
Guess it's time to turn in.
I guess.
You're not tired.
Not really.
Me neither. Do you feel like dancing?
Oh, I'd love to. I can be dressed and back in that ballroom in 10 minutes.
No, Rose.
There.
I wonder what Rose is doing right now.
You mean you wonder if she's doing it right now?
No, I just wonder if maybe we didn't push her into something too fast.
What I can't understand is how in the world she managed to wait.
Somebody to bowl with? You want somebody to bowl with? I need somebody to bowl with. Please. Just say yes and nobody will get hurt.
Oh, all right.
Unless we don't win. Oh, here, taste this.
What is it?
Oh, it's my special maple syrup, honey brown sugar, molasses, Rice Krispies log.
How practical. A snack you can panel your den with.
Some people put flour in it, but I think that makes it too heavy. My kids always liked it this way.
Oh, no. Not unless you count the fact that when he burps, it smells like 4 burning tires.
Girls, I am just so mad. That pig tore up my nightgown last night.
Blanche, the people you dated from foreign countries, they play by different rules.
But I'm sure if you just give me a chance, we'll become fast friends.
Dorothy, I really wish you'd respect my feelings about this.
I really wish you had voted for me in the Little Miss Brooklyn pageant.
Hey, I calls them as I sees them.
Now, ladies, please.
Sophia, the things you say, she didn't mean that, Blanche.
Of course I mean it. Look at her. My cab driver would fall in love. Can I get something to eat, or is the fancy man in the kitchen?
The way she talks.
She can't help it.
Dorothy, where's the cheese?
Right turn, left turn, right turn. Must find the cheese. Must find the cheese.
Dorothy?
Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, Rose. Rose, may I ask you a question? A purely hot date.
Well, we didn't. But it wasn't because I didn't try. Oh. I can still remember the night of the big rally before the homecoming game. Oh, there stood Ham, just handsome as ever. I walked over to him and asked him the one question that had been burning on my tongue for the last 4 years. Ham.
Excuse me. Are we back to real life, or are the two of you performing a scene from Golden Boy?
Ladies, I've spent years working with this boy, watching him turn into a masterful musician. You yourselves have heard how he makes the violin sing. But his fate is in your hands. Please don't make him step into that ring tomorrow.
Michael, that's wonderful.
Of course, Michael. It's wonderful. It's just, kind of sudden.
I know it seems sudden. Lorraine is her name. She sings with the band. We've only been going out about 4 months, but I've never been so sure of anything in my life. Mom.
I think you better take a sedative before you look.
Don't be silly. I look at my face all the time. How different could it be leaning over? Oh, my God! Oh, my God, Dorothy, why didn't you tell me about this before?
Only on your back, Blanche. That way, everything...
Well, that's that. Anything else you need me to straighten out for you?
No, Ma. So tell me, how was the wedding?
Beautiful. Until the bride lifted her veil. I shudder to think what was under that dress. I won't dance. Don't ask me. Pay attention. You're in for a treat.
Oh, Ma, not another act.
No, Dorothy, not just another act, the act. I've taken a classic and reworked it Sophia style.
I think I'm going to cry.
I think they should both be committed.
Look, she was going for.
Rose, just because you had one bad experience doesn't mean you shouldn't confront Dr. Norgan now. You were taken advantage of.
Blanche, I was groggy, and I'm not 100% sure he did it. And as far as being taken advantage of, look who's talking.
Catfish.
Fine. Anyway, I was about 8 years old when I first met Kathy Lee on the playground. We became fast friends. Just as thick as Louisiana blackstrap molasses on a steak of Johnny cakes as high as an elephant's knee.
Passion of a priest, you really do. But you'd have to be the entire Vatican softball team to forgive me for the other time.
The other time.
I didn't mean it to happen. I was having a drink in the bar that they added onto that Greek diner when a woman sat down next to me. We talked, we drank, we broke a few...
To you and not to me? I'm the one who's been working there for 5 years. I'm the one who's been wearing low-cut blouses and picking up pencils off the floor. I'm the one he always gropes at the annual Christmas party.
And they picked Sandra Day O'Connor over you?
Well, I'm not taking this sitting down, Dorothy.
Dorothy?
Miles.
Look, Dorothy, about the kiss.
What kiss? I didn't see a kiss. Was there a kiss?
No. And neither of us must speak of it, because it never really happened.
At least it wouldn't have if you hadn't started up with me.
Me? I did no such thing. Oh.
Do tell, Rose.
St. Olaf's most famous OBMAG.
What's that?
Obstetrician magician. The amazing Shapiro. He delivered Bridget.
Oh, well, this isn't solving anything. I'm going to call the manager. Hello? Hello? Great. The phone's dead.
It makes no difference. You'd only get lies from that scum-sucking pig.
Look, would you mind going downstairs and telling the scum sucker we want to see him?
Okay.
You all look beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Well, David, what are you doing here?
I'm going back to Dallas tonight. But before I leave, there's something I have to know.
Oh, come on in. Y'all go on, I'll meet you there. Why skipper? Because you like boats?
No, I like to skip. I got beat up a lot as a child.
Well, were you and Rose really serious?
Oh, you bet. In fact, Rose Lindstrom gave me my first real...
Living together in the same house, we go through so many hormone changes that some nights we can actually read by the hot flashes. No, you know, it's really interesting when one of us dates an eligible man, or as we call them, a live one.
We don't even look like ourselves.
What's your point?
Ma, you are not helping matters. We are trying to think of a way we can make ourselves look better for that party.
Okay, let me think. It's too bad we're not back home. There's no place like Sicily.
Why do you say that, Sophia?
Because in Sicily, I could solve this whole problem.
Died. What?
Oh, no, Rose.
And the sheriff? I told him about me, how I kill men. And he didn't believe me. He said, let's see, sleep with me. That must make you feel proud.
Well, now that's what Sergeant Delfino said. Why, you must feel proud knowing that by having come forth as you have possibly saved other Ulsters from a similar ripoff. Call me an Ulster. I called him a pig. A fat man.
Well, good night, Blanche.
Well, what's your hurry? Why don't you come in for a nightcap?
Oh, I don't want to put you out.
Well, I like to put out.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Damn, I'm good.
Well, what do you think? Isn't this romantic?
Oh, yes, it certainly is. Now, girls, listen. Remember, the way to make a deal is we state our price, stick to our guns, and undo another button on our blouses.
Blanche, that... Oh, Ma, we can't afford that.
That's the thing. The classifieds are filled with ads from people who couldn't find a hotel room this weekend and want to rent a room any place they can.
I'm not opening my home to boarders. Oh, they usually just turn out to be low-life trash who'll make a mess, and half the time you can't get your money from them.
You're right, Blanche. These naked Southern guys sure can dance. I don't think she's coming down, Rose. You know, I have a good mind to just strand her here. Can you believe that woman?
Hey, Dorothy. Well, I really enjoyed talking with you. I hope we meet again soon.
Believe me, we will.
Dorothy, are you ever jealous of me?
Every day of my life. Blanche, why don't we go out there and do a duet?
Do you know Crimea River?
Oh, no, I don't.
Good, we'll do that. I sat there at 2 in the morning listening to Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. And then after an eternity, he comes back on the line eating chips. And he says, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, but I'm the only one here. My phone's been ringing off the hook. I said, officer, what about my husband? And then he said,
I know what you're trying to do, and it's not working.
What?
You made up something to do because you're afraid you'll be intruding on Raymond and me. You don't have to worry about that. Honey, you are more important. And that's why I'm spending the entire weekend here with you.
Geez, you're a yutz.
Dutch Schultz, Al Capone.
Rocco, are you saying that you were in the mob?
I ran Detroit.
The marathon. He ran the Detroit Marathon. Come on, on, we're in the middle of a hand. 4 of a kind. Beat that.
Straight flush. Pay me, honey.
And I strutted up to you and I said, "May I have this dance?"
And I said, the pleasure would be all mine.
And I said, "I know it." Oh, those damn eyes. I still haven't seen.
Oh, okay. Right. I'm sorry.
Now, why don't you go and take that nice hot bath? Mom, maybe you need a break. Why don't you sit this one out?
What, like I can't handle it? Like it's too much for poor old Sophia? Like I'm so ancient I don't have the energy? Get the lights on your way out.
April morning.
Oh, well, you ought to talk all fresh, scrubbed, and rosy cheeked like a country parson at a September hoedown.
Why do I get the feeling they had a maid named Honeybee when they grew up?
Come on in, Clayton. I want you to meet my best friends, Dorothy and Rose.
Nice to meet you, Clayton. Get a hold of yourself.
What I need is for things to be like they were this morning before any of this ever happened. You know, as far as I'm concerned, George Devereaux was better off dead.
Millions in video games.
Oh, this is so strange. You know, you teach kids year after year, but you never know how they turn out. Look at you. You turned out just great.
Hey, 75 was a big year for me. My grades were in the toilet. I was ready to bail till they brought in Attila.
Jumped on his stallion and rode that horse thief down, and then to teach me a lesson about the justice system, Granddaddy dragged that horse thief into court with me as the star witness. I had to testify in front of a packed courtroom.
You must have been terrified.
Oh, honey, I was. I didn't know what to wear.
No, forget it. Boy, you can't trust anybody. I thought this place wasn't going to be my prison anymore. I thought for a second I remembered what happy was. Well, thanks, Dorothy. I'm never going to leave this apartment again.
The largest tobacco plantation in all of Cuba. Do you know that at one time I was the most famous Fidel in the entire country? Until you know who showed up.
Who?
Rex the Wonder Horse, Rose.
How did you know about Santiago Cigar?
Oh, hi, Blanche. How was your appointment with Dr. Rosensweig?
Well, I was so nervous that I just rushed right in there and pulled off my top and said, "Well, what do you think?"
What'd he say?
He said...
That's right, Stanley. And please, let me know where you and Bubba register for your China.
I met Mr. Terrific.
Rose, don't be so quick to judge. I once thought I had met Mr. Terrific. Turned out there was also a Mrs. Terrific. I found myself ducking a Mr. Vaz.
You don't understand. I really met Mr. Terrific at the mall. He was signing autographs.
Well, I guess when you're 17, 23 can seem rather dangerous and forbidden.
When you're 17, a cow can seem dangerous and forbidden. Variety is the watchword for our next bachelorette, Dorothy's Bornak. Come on up, Dorothy.
This is perfect. The way the bidding's going, we won't be out more than $20, $30 apiece.
If Dorothy's not off winging her way to Mola...
About you. When Martha takes those pills or whatever and the life drains out of her, you're going to be in that room alone. What are you going to do, Ma? How are you going to feel?
I don't know, but I'll deal with it.
When my time comes, I sure want somebody to put
more finesse. Boy, she's really cranky.
Yeah, and you don't want to know why.
Dorothy, I just had a great idea. Why don't you become my assistant?
Oh, Rose, forget it. I don't want to get involved in sports with you. No, Rose, you're...
Some stranger's word over mine. I'm not going to stand for this. Not in my own house. I want you out of here.
Blanche, you don't mean that. Dorothy, she doesn't mean
I do so mean it.
I'll be out as soon as I can find a place.
Blanche, you can't just throw Dorothy out on the street.
You just watch me. Rose, hold me.
Oh, Blanche, please. No, honey, I know it's hard, but we've been here over an hour. And you've shown us the balcony, you've shown us the wind chimes, you've shown us the 7 places you lost your virginity.
Hello, anybody home? Welcome wagon, come and get it.
Hello, Rose.
Mr. Hubbard, I didn't expect...
Grace took a turn for the worse, and, well, she's out of pain now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We're coming.
Who could that be? Everybody I invited's already here. Sophia!
Ma, what are you doing here? You know you're not supposed to leave the home. You're still recovering from that stroke.
What recovering? I'm back 100%, knock wood.
She knows how long it took us to save that money. You can trust her.
Don't get mad.
Ma, did you buy the CD today?
Not exactly. I said don't get mad.
Sophia, what did you do with our money?
I think you're gonna be really impressed. I made a very shrewd deal with a guy I met at the bus stop.
Oh.
Dorothy! Dorothy? Made that the theme of the party. We all dressed as Vikings with helmets and spears. And we all crowded into her little room up over the barn. And she walked in and lit a candle. And we yelled, "Surprise!" And she dropped dead right there.